You!
Me?
You think this is funny?
In a cosmic sort of way, yes.
Well, Mr. Funny Man, is this how you get your sick kicks?
What? It's just an ordinary crabby... Oh my goodness! Squidward!
Football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football.
Welcome to week 4 of the Crossroads Fantasy Football.
Your mic didn't pick up any of that ending.
It's okay. We got so much to talk about. There's so much going on. We've got winners. We've got losers. We've got injuries. We've got bye weeks are looming. We have a new installment of Mike's Magical Corner with a special guest. And to close out this podcast, a very new special segment. You've got to smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, and get ready because it's about to go down up in this piece, baby. Will, how are we feeling about this week's pod?
I'm not going to lie, Mike. You got me hype. I'm ready to talk about these weeks, but I'm going to be honest with you. There is still a bead of stressful sweat going from the nape of my neck down to my ass crack from Monday night's football game. We'll talk about it later. But like you said, you know, we're starting to get into the nitty gritty. We are in lump it, schlump it season. Lump it, schlump it. My granny makes me tea and crumpets. Now, like you said, we got bye weeks. We got more injuries. This is where the lucky fantasy managers and the good fantasy managers separate themselves. Because if you're 4-0 and you don't make your changes you need to because of injuries or because of bye weeks, all of a sudden you're 4-3. Or vice versa, if you're 0-4, if you make the right changes, you could go to 3-4 and see that comeback. So the next few weeks is going to be very, very important to see what the waivers do and to see how the matches match up. Speaking of how matches match up, we are going to go through our first matchup. It is Mr. Joel Sutton Smells Like Stanida versus El Toro. And let me tell you, we got to eat a humble pie for 1 week. And I'm only going to say it's for 1 week because the Bronco boys that we've been making fun of Joel for so long, they showed up. Bo Nix absolutely curb stomped Cincinnati. 44 points. Absolute destruction. 326 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. You got Judkins. Judkins is just looking like the main guy for Cleveland, putting up a healthy 29 points, 21 carries, 82 yards, a touchdown, 4 receptions for another 3 yards. Cortland Sutton's been putting up some good numbers. I will tell you what, it's looking good. And I like that. A nice 22 points. Marvin Harrison, the man didn't shit himself like he did last week. Pulled him up another 20 points. And then Denver's defense, a solid 13 points. But it really, here's the problem, is Joel did fantastic. And I will eat the humble pie this week and say, having your Broncos boys, they looked good. But you're also 2-2, so technically we're 50-50 in us making fun of you for having 4 Broncos players. But Tori, I mean, it keeps getting worse and worse and worse and worse. CeeDee Lamb last week, gets absolutely decimated and is gone. And then she just got off the phone. They just hit the second wide receiver. Malik Neighbors is out now. Man with a torn ACL after the Giants game versus the Chargers. Only put him up 5 points. He's done. So now, like, Katie's now in a very scary time. She's got the quarterback. Jalen Hurts is great. She's got the RB1.
You said Katie. Tori's the...
Sorry, Tori. What am I doing? Tori. She's got... Jalen Hurts looks great. Good quarterback. Though RB1 looks good. I like Kyron Williams. Kareem Hunt as your RB2. Don't like it. Your wide receivers options are Jalen Waddle, Khalil Shakir, and Marvin Mims, and Stephon Diggs. and Keon Coleman. So it's like you got these wide receivers. None of them are wowing me. And I will say that's kind of unlucky on your part, and I do feel bad. And Mike, I think I just got to say it. I hate to do it. She was on thin ice. The ice is broken. She's drowning in the waters. I've dropped her out of my sleeper option. I held hope, but at 0-4 with both your wide receivers out, I would love Tori to eat some humble pie at the end of the season, but I don't know where you go from here. It's scary times. What do you think, Mike? I think it's scary times.
I think it's scary times. I think it's tough. Let's just take a moment of silence for Tori. Because it's done.
Mm.
It's done. The only thing she has is that Jalen Waddle is now receiver number 1.
Yeah.
For the Dolphins. Okay. CeeDee Lamb does come back. He's not out for the season. So I mean, there's a glimmer, but the neighbor's injury is just brutal. So I feel for her. I don't want to dwell on it. But what I do want to do, I want to give Joel his props. I want to eat my humble pie. I will stand here convicted. The Bronco boys balled out.
Yeah.
But here's my fear.
Okay.
It's either feast or famine for Joel.
And he feasted.
He feasted. That boy be eating. He was eating.
He was
eating. If the Broncos are cooking, Joel be eating. That's how it's going to be going. So everything relies on Bo Nix and the Broncos offense. And if they do well, he's going to win. The thing I'm concerned about the most is what is going on with the boy, Derrick Henry.
That time I picked up. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Eight carries for 42 yards.
He's in the blender, dude.
Two out of 3 receptions for 16 yards. Only got him 9.8 points. And we play a generous league where running back, you get a point per first down. So in reality, in other leagues, he would have gotten only 7 points. It's not good.
It's rough.
It's not good.
So I think it's great. Joel's moving to 2-2. It's what you got. He's doing what you got to do, and it is what it is. Tori, we'll pray for you, but it's curtains.
I mean, what do you think? What do you think? Let's see. Let's talk about this. Let's look at a path to get Tori out to be positive, and let's look at a path to make Joel's team a little bit better. So with Tori's team, I keep saying it. I will say it again. I will say it till the high heavens come home. I really think you do not need Terry McBride and Tyler Warren. I think you keep one and you trade the other. And I think you could get a nice wide receiver to fill in that spot, to fill in the Malik Neighbors, or maybe to take over Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt is not, I just don't think is a running back 2 option. I think you have more wide receiver options than you have running back options if you look at the bench. You got one running back, Tori, Dylan Sampson, who is, let's be honest, he's out. He's not going to be the fantasy guy. Judkins is the guy out of Cleveland, so you can't even look at him. So you really have no running back options. You have 1, 2, 3, you have 4 options on the bench. So looking at the wide receivers, maybe one of them will kind of fill in. Like you said, Jalen Waddle might fill in a little bit better. You got Mims. We talked about the Broncos, feast or famine. He feasted. Stephon Diggs, older, but who knows? He could put up some decent points.
I think the biggest thing you said that I think she needs to look to do is trade one of her tight ends, because most other teams are struggling at the tight end position. So for you to have 2 production tight ends, you can get value there, and you can probably get a wide receiver or a running back.
But I would focus running back, to be honest, because
she's got wide receiver options.
She has so many options. She has
Kareem Hunt is tough in the starting position there
Yeah,
as your number two running back.
exactly. I would put him as a flex option as best, and you got him in the two, and you really have no choice but to put both of them in. So when one of them has a bye week, or if God forbid one of them gets injured, you now have no option. So I
Yeah.
would look for that. Looking towards Joel,
I think Joel just, I'm going to say the same thing I've said every week. I just feel like he's got to diversify a little bit.
diversify the
He
portfolio.
just has too much on the Broncos. And it's not that the Broncos players can't produce. Like, obviously, this is an example right here of what happens when they go off. But it's also, I feel like, the reason why he's 2-2. If the
Mm,
Broncos don't get a favorable matchup, he's not going to win a game.
yeah.
So I think he has people that he can trade and he can wheel and deal. I think you can't move off of Derrick Henry. You got to stay on him for right now. But I think that he's got some pieces here that you could maybe look for a trade. And I just would like to see him diversify. I think the people he has starting are the people that you want to start.
Yeah.
But it's just too many Broncos.
Yeah.
But hey, you know what? If the Broncos win the Super Bowl, maybe he wins the league. So
Maybe. Maybe. I would say the same thing kind of I see kind of the same mirrored issue with in Tori that I see with Joel. If you look at his bench options, the only other running back option he has is Chase Brown. Now, I will say Chase Brown is a much better option to have on the bench than Dylan Sampson, but I'm going to be honest, I said it last week, I'm going to say it this week. I am almost against all Bengals right now because I think you see just how much of a linchpin Joe Burrow was for that entire offense. The Denver has a great defense. I'm not trying to, discredit them. But this was an absolute blamming. This was an absolute just belt to ass performance that the Broncos put towards Cincinnati. So I don't love the Chase Brown option. I definitely think he's underperforming, especially in the offseason. A lot of hype was behind him. I think, and you have a lot of options for wide receivers. They're not as good options, they're not producing as much. I think you diversify. I agree with you. I think you need to start looking away from Derrick Henry. I I don't the Ravens are starting to scare me.
do you trade Derrick Henry?
I think you trade him. I think you can get one, maybe two options with Derrick Henry because I don't think I think he will still perform the boom games. But think about the value you can get from that on consistency. And I think that's what you need right now because like we said, you are feast or famine. A little bit of consistency, a little bit of just like some healthy carbs in your diet, just like just keeping you going, my guy. Get you a consistent 12 to 15 down player, 12 to 15 point per game player. And I think you're looking at a little bit more consistency, a little bit more, more wins where you should have won. But
Yeah.
that's at least my thought.
All right, sounds good. Well, moving on, we are jumping
To Heather.
to the queen
Mm,
of the league right now.
mm.
We are jumping to Heather's Haterade. Let's start with the good. 200-point club, second week in a row, and just a dominant performance, an absolute dominant performance.
New
I
record
don't
points
really,
as well.
New record points. I mean, you got Puka blowing up. Zay Flowers bringing in 18 points. Hampton is balling out with the injury to Najee Harris.
Hmm.
Wilson on the shitty ass Jets balls out 23 points. Seahawks defense 19 points. And you know, she picked up Scattaboo. He did it. He had a respectable 17 points, but you know what I like to see? 25 carries. He's the workhorse. He's gonna be going back
It's
to.
really the
So
only great thing out of the Giants.
yeah. So I mean, you got a lot of stuff going. Daniel Jones, a little underperformance there, but hey, you know what? It is what it is.
22 points ain't too bad.
It ain't too bad. So just absolutely balled out. 219 points. She right now, to me, is the clear favorite to win the league. But bye weeks are coming up, and that's going to throw a wrench in the thing. Now let's move over to my boy Caleb. Listen, when you have an option to say if this player doesn't start, start this player built into the app, there's no excuse to have somebody out on your team. And a little birdie came in, flew in right on my shoulder, something like this, went, tweet, tweet, and said, this dude is in 5 leagues.
Oh my gosh.
This dude's playing in 5 leagues, dude.
That's a lot.
And I get it. I understand. This league, it was formed on a whim. Heather wanted to play fantasy football. I said, okay, honey, whatever you want, babe.
Like
little did we know, we formed the greatest fantasy football league in the world.
Yeah.
And Caleb was thrown to the wolves. He didn't know what he was signing up for. You got to participate in the league, dude. You can't have players out in your lineup. I'm sorry. And you can't have empty bench spots. I'm just, as the commissioner of the league.
He did used to have 2, though. He only has 1 empty bench spot now.
Praise God you picked somebody up. Thank God you did something. So, my man, you deserve to be at 1-3. You deserve to be at 1-3. Josh Allen, cool. Achane, cool. Tony Pollard, whatever. B. Thomas, cool. Oh, a player who's not even playing. That's the breakdown we got. Like, come on, dude. Tight end got 1.4 points. Trash.
Yeah, honestly, starting anyone from the Titans is bad. You got 2 people on the Titans.
So, I get it. You're in high school. You're in a league with all adults, with kids and crap like going on. It's just a weird thing. And, I think at the end of the season, we got to find out, do you want to be a part of this league? And he's in the league. We can't kick out. This is not a kick out a members league. We're not doing that, but you got to be locked in, man. You got to be locked into this league. So I just like participation. I love that people try, and that's my thing. We can't have players being out. I know he said I did it, whatever. But that's my shade towards Caleb. I love the dude. I respect him. But you got to be in, dude. You got to be in. So I think his team is fine. I mean, he's just a mid team. There's nothing really great going on. I mean, besides Josh Allen, Achane looked good. Achane looked good on the Dolphins. They were going to him hard. So I think that he's got a good number 1. Tony Pollard, you got to do something there. Tight end. Maybe this is where you look for a trade with Tori. He needs tight end help. I don't know. He doesn't really have, maybe Etienne, but I don't know. He doesn't have a ton of resources here to trade, but I think that he can look towards a trade here to maybe get some tight end help. But yeah, so Heather he just ran to a straight up buzzsaw, just got absolutely obliterated.
Final destination style.
But that's where I'm at. I don't know what your opinions are on it.
I mean, there's not much to talk about because it's just, do we call Caleb the bye week now? If you're not going to start the players who are supposed to start, is it a bye week? Are you expect, because y'all have every single fantasy league will have that one person who drops out early and then accidentally keeps players on his starting lineup who are injured, who are on IR, who are on bye weeks, and then they just don't check their app, and you essentially get a bye week. You get a free points. I'm hoping that that's the case because I play him next week. Love to have a bye week. I have been struggling against every single opponent. Very, very nitty gritty down to the bones. I'd love to have a bye week. His team, I mean, there's not much to talk about. You got Xavier Worthy. I think he should be starting now. He's basically one of the best options in Kansas City. I really don't like anyone.
Why are we even doing the breakdown? He's not going to watch this video. He's not even going to watch this.
Caleb, if you're going to watch it, you need to text. If you get to this point, because I'm giving you hope. This is going to be my hope for you. This is my. He's playing bad cop. I'm playing good cop. Here is my hope for you. If you are at this part of the video, I want you to text in the group chat. I don't want anybody else on the league to help him. Nobody help him, please.
Kevin's going to help him. Kevin's going to help him.
Kevin, I'm going to be very disappointed. Caleb, if you're at this point of the video, I want you to text in the group chat. Mike smells like hot dog water. If I see that out of the blue, I know you're watching. Until then,
if I see that, he wins points back from me.
okay. Until then, I'm going to give my analysis because that is what I am professionally obligated to do, contractually obligated to do. But I was at the end of it anyway, so I was just going to say, you need to move on from the tight ends, like the Titans. There's no one good from the Titans. I don't like anybody from the Titans.
Yeah, it's rough.
And then it's on the other side for Heather. It's like,
what do you do?
What do I tell her? How do I tell her to do her job? Ms. Back-to-back 200-point club. There's nothing I can say. There's no analysis I can analyze. Her entire, the only two people, if you look on the application, because they give you like, we expect them to score this many points. If they're over, it's green. If they're under, it's red. The only red is Jonathan Taylor, who's been balling, and he still got you 18 points, and your kicker. And it's your kicker. That's all just random. Everyone else is green. It's just, I guess the question, when it comes down to you, it's going to be, what do you do during bye weeks? What do you do during potential injuries? Who are you picking up in the waivers as just a quick pick-me-up? You've already done great. Joe Burrow got injured.
She doesn't even need to go to the waivers. She doesn't even need to go there anymore. Her team is stacked, dude.
I mean, it's pretty good. They kind of had a crap week except for Williams. Williams did great, but Williams would be a great fill-in, but I don't know where Williams fills in too. I think now if you really want to min-max your team, Heather, it's about now optimization, which is basically in fantasy football, giving your best guess. So like right now you have Scatterboo. Who do the Giants play next? They play New Orleans. That could be and then they play Philly in week 6. Maybe don't play Scatterboo in week 6 because the Giants are going against a very good defense. That's when you put in Williams, who week 6 are playing Carolina. So that is where you can really min-max to continue to really squeeze as much juice out of that ripe fruit you got.
And when you're in that position in fantasy where you are looking at matchups to determine who you're putting in, you're in a great spot.
Oh, you're in a fantastic spot. But again, it's just like, this is all I can say because honestly, you should be teaching me right now, But we'll see. Like I said, this is the part of the time where min-maxing is what keeps you ahead. Does she stay ahead? Or do poor decisions against tough opponents, do waiver wire misses, do injuries and bye weeks cause her to start to slip? Do we start seeing chinks in the armor? Or is she going to be basically season 2 of Kevin and just absolutely dominate until the end? We don't know. Right now it's looking very good. I don't think you should be really... It's only up from here. We're literally teaching you just how to polish the armor that you already have, but it's already beautiful armor. Ornate. Made of gold. Platinum.
Respect.
Moving on. We are going to... Oh, man. This is going to be great. What my co-host said was going to be the matchup of the week turned out to be the shit-kicking of the week, for the most part. It was Mike's Magical Milkmen getting their milk duds shoved in by Team RevKev. 178.48 to Team RevKev to 143.22. I mean, let's come down to it. Lamar Jackson gets injured, but this is what we've said about it's what we say every week about Kevin. He is who we said he was. Lamar Jackson gets injured, still puts up 20 points. Valiant effort. Need to look into maybe a partial replacement to see how long he's out. But it doesn't matter because you got Saquon Barkley, you got Cook, you got Brown. They just carry the weight. And the funny thing is, your wide receiver 2, tight end, and flex option 1 all really just shit their pants. And it didn't matter. It did not matter. It did not matter. Because you had Rome Unze. I can never say his name properly. Throwing up good points. Kickers. Gosh, kickers can just get you so many points. 19 points. And then a good defense pickup in Houston, getting you another 17. And it just looks good. The only thing with you, Kevin, is you just really need to look at Lamar Jackson. Could Lamar Jackson be benched for a little bit just on the safe side? What is he looking like right now? Do you need to get like a Heather Danny Dimes quick pickup to kind of Float it.
He's got Jared Goff.
He's got Jared Goff. Is Jared Goff going to be good to cover it? Besides his 46-point week 2 against the Bears, which is the Bears respectively, he's only been a 19 to 23 point quarterback. Could you get someone who's in the mid to high 20s? Because with this first down bonus, good quarterbacks are getting into the 30s. For the most part. Lucky quarterbacks are also getting into the 30s. So can you find just a replacement 2-week 30-point option? Pittman, I think it's time. I've seen enough out of Pittman for the past for at least 3 out of the 4 weeks he's played, he's almost gotten 20 points. 22 points, 11 points, 22 points, 17 points. I think it's time to put him in for one of your flex options. I think he's consistent enough. I think you can really optimize there. But other than that, I mean, the team's looking good. You're putting up a consistent 160 to 190, 200-point club as well last week. Like, you're putting up great numbers. Like, you're kind of in Heatherland where you're kind of just tweaking and optimizing. You weren't optimized here, but now let's go to the other side of what really shit the bed and what really kind of saved you, Kevin, because if you would have went against Heather, you would have lost. Because if you would have against me, if you would have against Joel, you would have lost because you didn't optimize. And this is where it's kind of like you dodged the bullet. Don't try to dodge it a second time. Really focus on optimizing, looking at matchups that the team is going against, looking at QB health, all of that sort of stuff to really optimize so that you don't get caught with your pants down. Because Mr. Mike, oh man, you just will not listen to me. You honestly, the fact that you're sitting next to me adjacent on a virtual screen is just an absolute disgrace.
I'm saying it now. I'm saying it now. Johnston is in the starting lineup next week. He's in the starting lineup. Jamar Chase is coming out. I will listen to you.
Well, I don't care because I'm cooking you, boy. You old dome-ass head boy, stupid. Oh, I'm just going to keep Hubbard. Carolina's great. I just, go to bed dreaming about 2016 Cam Newton highlights. Hope. Get him off. Get a replacement, my guy. Jamar Chase. Until the status quo is status quoing, Chase is not it. It's not happening. Their backup is just not that guy. It's not a Chase thing. It is a Bengals thing. And the Bengals look bad. AJ Brown, it's time to start looking at other suitors. I know he went off last week, but let's just do the math. 1.8, 8.7, 28.4, 3.7. That's not enough You need consistency, my guy. Get him out. Brock Bowers, you might want to talk to Tori. You're talking about other people talking to you might want to talk to Tori about a tight end option because Bowers is not looking it, my guy. David Montgomery, I like David Montgomery. I'm not gonna clown you too hard on David Montgomery, but it's also one of those things of you look at the snap percentages. Like these are the nitty-gritties that you really need to look into. Look at his snap percentage. The app gives you snap percentage. He is averaging 33 to 39% snaps of the ball. It's like how many receptions a wide receiver is getting. He's not getting a lot because Jahmyr Gibbs is the guy. He is the guy. David Montgomery's the backup. I like David Montgomery. He can do a lot with a little, but this is the feast or famine that you get when he's not getting a lot of snap percentage. George Pickens, I won't say anything about that. You should keep him.
He's wide receiver 1.
Oh, you just went to nothing. I can't hear you now.
Can you hear me?
You sound like you're a million miles away, my guy. Fix your headset. I'm going to keep cooking you. George Pickens, you definitely should keep him. That's fine. The Colts defense, understandable where it's at. And then
Can you hear me?
There we go. That's so much better. You look to the bench, and I just see a Quentin Johnston.
I understand, dude.
Whoa. I was one of the first people to say that QJ ain't it. I was one of the biggest as a Chargers fan, I was one of the biggest QJ haters. I called him Butterhands McFucknuts because I was sick and tired of watching this grown man making millions of dollars dropping easy balls. This man is averaging a touchdown per game, and yet you leave him on the bench. You leave him on the bench. You don't listen to me, you suffer, you lose. and you let the Reverend get away with it. You could have punched him in the mouth. You decided not to. Shame on you. You can go now.
I mean, I deserve everything you just said. I'm not gonna debate you. I think Justin Herbert didn't have the best game.
No. The Chargers were just really
Quentin
bad.
Johnston's got to be in. I agree. Jamar Chase looks like the Bengals look like trash. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a bad week, but I still scored 143 on a bad week. I don't feel terrible. I think that I'll be fine. I think that I'll be in the top six. I feel good about top six, but I don't feel like I have the juice to win the chip. We'll have to see. I need to get creative on some trades. I've tried to do a couple of trades with Gordon, and I thought we had a good one, and it didn't go through. And I think that would have been, if that trade would have went through. I'm not going to tell you what the trade was, but if it would have went through, oh man,
Was going to be
that would have been-
blasphemous.
Oh, dude, I think. Well, I mean, I think it was a fair trade, and I should have just accepted it. But now after what happened this week, I don't think it would. I don't think he would be happy with the trade. But
That's
anyway,
fair.
it's all good. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna try to do some trades, try to get creative,
Yeah.
and we'll try to go from there. But I think my team is fine. I just don't think I have. I think this week kind of tells me I don't have the juice to win it unless I get lucky. So I gotta make some moves here. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Props to Rev Kev. I think and this will lead into the next segment because the next person we're talking about. I think there's a clear separation in the league right now. And I think you, Katie, Kevin, and Heather are the top four. I think y'all have the juice. I think y'all have the juice to get to the championship.
It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. I appreciate you include me. I'm going to be honest.
You're at the bottom of the four.
I would agree. I'm probably, if I had to order it, it's probably Heather, Katie, Kevin, me.
Yeah.
Katie and Kevin are literally like week by week flipping back and forth. And
Yeah.
I'm not at the kids table, but I'm definitely the kid at the grown-up table trying to understand, stock option trading that, grown-ups talked about in Thanksgiving dinner. It is what it is. I really thought it could have been a closer game. You did get
No,
unlucky.
my team did not do good.
I'm still going to say it, and I can't wait for next week to come back and to be like, I told you so. I'm still not Breece Hall. I still think you should drop him. I know he got you 21 points,
What
but
am I going to do? Have no running backs, dude? I can't just.
I think you need to
drop
find
Hubbard
some.
and-
I think you need to find some options. Honestly, this was
the
against
waiver,
Miami.
There's no running backs on the waivers right now. Like I look, there's nothing out there. It's got to be a trade. I'll
Yeah,
be looking
you
to
can
make
look-
some
You
trades.
can look to make some trades. It's just. Eesh.
All right, well, moving on. So
Moving
we're
on.
going to
We are
going
going
to-
to our next matchup, which is Katie. All You Need Is Love versus Gordzilla. Katie almost reaching the 200-point club at 192.26 points versus Gordzilla 150.72. And Mike, I think you have a little introduction to do quickly.
I do have a little introduction to do quickly. So this week, when we look at the matchups, we have the house divided matchup. Katie Anderson versus her husband, Gordon Anderson, in a battle. And Katie coming out with the win, which makes her our next guest on Mike's Magical Corner. Looking forward to it. You guys pay attention, listen up. Let's go to Katie Princess herself. Let's see what she has to say.
Roll the clip.
Roll it.
Football.
Welcome to the second edition of Mike's Magical Corner. We welcome in the one, the only, formerly known as Katie Princess, Katie Anderson. All you need is love.
All you need is love.
All you need is love. So first things first, how does it feel to be the champion of the Anderson household for this week?
Well, it feels good. Sad Gordon had to lose, but I feel good about my team. I feel like my team, Green Bay, beat. He's flicking me off right now. Green Bay beat Washington. So it's just a theme, theme in our household.
How do you
Gotta
feel
keep it up.
about the tie?
It's stupid. I hate that you can tie in football.
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like, there's got to be another way. Like, can they not just do like kickoffs? Like, like just punt the ball? I don't even know. Like, there's got to be a different way where you don't. We stayed up for like ever, and I was exhausted, and it just ended a tie. It meant nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah. And
Not
we
going to
played
debate you.
terrible, terrible. It's
Yeah.
embarrassing.
Well,
Two
hey,
weeks
you
in a
know what?
row.
Let's get back to the fantasy. I
Okay,
think my
sorry.
first question I have for you is something I really want to ask is how good are you feeling about Christian McCaffrey?
I feel that was a solid decision I made. I
Yeah, I
went
think
back and
so.
forth for a while, and the other person I was going to keep was Akane. That was the only other person that I even was thinking about. So I feel really,
Akane
really. What's his name? I never can. How do you say his name? A
for
Chain. A Chain.
A-Chan
Sorry,
for the
I don't know.
Dolphins.
For the Dolphins, and
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Dolphins are surely falling apart over there.
yeah.
It seems. So I feel good about my choosing McCaffrey for sure.
Yeah, I
But he
think
always
go
McCaffrey
ahead.
scares me because he's like the first half he'll have like 5 points, and in the last 5 minutes of the game somehow he gets like 30.
Yeah, but let me read this to you. Week one, he was the third running back. Week two, running back five. Week three, six, and week four, eight. He's never been outside the top 10 in running back production. So I think that your keeper selection was huge. So that's awesome.
Feeling good about it.
So you should feel really good about it. I think that your team is strong. I mean, I think your biggest challenge that you have right now is do you start Jordan Love or Baker Mayfield? I think that's always a toss up. But you can't really go wrong with either one, how they're playing. And then obviously tight end, but you can't have it all. I feel like you can't.
Yeah.
But I think that your team is really good. So how do you feel about I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Kevin last week. Who are you the most concerned about in the league right now on the bottom?
Oh, like who do I feel like is the worst?
No, I mean
I
not. I mean
mean,
just the most concerned for.
I'm worried about poor Shawn. I feel bad for him. I do. I really do.
It's
I feel
hard.
like he's trying, and with what's his face, just torn ACL. You know, I feel bad for him. So that's who I'm
Yeah.
I'm concerned for. I wish him all the luck.
Yeah, he's in a tough spot. The Melton household's in a tough spot,
I
really.
know, yeah, the whole Melton household really not looking too good.
If you obviously it's early, it's week four, so it's not like everything's decided. So early in the season, how are you feeling about your chances to go all the way?
I mean, I feel good. You got to win when it counts, but I feel pretty good. I feel like my team is solid. Like I don't feel like it's like blowing up every week by any means, but I feel like it's solid, and I feel like that's a good place to be. You know?
Yeah, I think your team is really good, and I think that I don't. I mean, you're the number two team in the league. I
Yeah.
don't know how you can say your team's not blowing up. I mean,
I mean, they're just like I'm not getting like 200 points or like anything crazy. I mean, I'm
yeah,
getting
but
pretty close.
you're the second highest scoring team behind Heather.
This is true. But
So I
yeah,
think you
I
have a
mean, I
really
feel
strong
good.
team.
I don't feel
Yeah.
like I need to be number one going into the playoffs. I'm not worried about that. So,
I think your biggest concern, if I had to give you a concern, is really it's out of your control. It's the health of Christian McCaffrey long term.
yeah.
So I mean, if he makes a deep run this year, I mean, I think that you're going to be looking strong. So I think you're in a really good position. What do you feel like who's your pick to win the league? Besides yourself, can't pick yourself.
Heather, obviously. She's crushing it. She did her research. I'm so proud. She did her research. She had her sheet at the draft. She knew what she was doing, and she's made
She
some trades. I mean,
you
been
have
on
the
the waivers.
you have the second highest point total at 723, and then Heather's point total is 782.
So that's not that different. I thought it was more different than
No,
that.
that's a 60-point gap. That's huge. Like everybody's
Yeah, yeah,
around,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's a big gap. I mean, Will is 722 and Rev Kev 709. So there's
Oh
like a
yeah,
group
yeah,
right there. So she's like way out ahead, which is crazy.
yeah.
So
She's
how
crushing
do
it, crushing
she
it.
is, she is. How do you feel about the league? How do you feel about the Crossroads Fantasy Football League? Are you having fun? Are you enjoying it? Are you glad you're in this league? Like,
I'm glad I'm in the league. I think it's a little ridiculous, but I embrace it. Kevin, I don't feel last week with Kevin. I don't feel like I feel like this is a dream come true that I'm in a league like this by any means. But it is fun. It's like fun to talk about it. I feel this is the one thing I'll say about this fantasy league is that it's made me care. And it like I've always like known football and I know like the Packers players, but I feel like I know like outside the Packers now. Like I know
yeah,
more of like the zeitgeist, if you will, of football. So I appreciate being in the league for that reason. And it's just like fun to just be a part of it. But I
it
don't think
is a
it's a
lot. It
dream
is.
come true by any means. I wouldn't go that far.
Yeah. Yikes. Next week, looking ahead, you're playing Shawn.
I know.
So, and you got some decisions to make here.
I know I have got a lot of people out on bye
You got
week.
Drake London on bye, you got the Packers defense on bye, and Josh Jacobs is on bye.
Yeah.
So you got three starting lineups. This is where it gets dicey. This is where your bench depth comes into play, and this is where you
Yeah.
got to like really kind of manage your team. So obviously, Shawn, he's 0 and 4. He's looking for a win. I think if he can knock you off, that's a huge win for him. It puts you at three. It puts you at 3 and 2 instead of 4 and
Yeah.
1. 4 and 1 sounds like a commanding position. So I think this is a big week for you with looking at your roster and seeing how many people are on bye because you got to roll Baker Mayfield. So at least that's one advantage. You don't have to decide Love or
Yeah.
Mayfield, but you've got to pick up a defense and you've got to kind of figure out what you're going to do with your running back and a wide receiver, which is kind of crazy. So
I know my running back. I feel like I don't have as many. Like I feel like my wide receiver, I have some options on my bench, but my running back, I wish that our instead like, for the second flex, it's like running. I mean, wide receiver, tight end, or
yeah,
whatever. I
it's
wish
just
I could
tough.
throw a running back in there
I
because I
know
have
starting
more
four
of
running
that.
backs is kind of crazy though.
Yeah, I realize that, but
Our scoring is already insane. Like
yeah, yeah,
another so well, hey, I think what I'll say about you is that there's always, and this is sensitive, Mike, coming out on the podcast.
love it,
There's
love it.
always there's always a little piece of me that is happy when you win.
Mike,
The world's a better place when Katie wins in fantasy football. It really is. So
that's
I'm
funny.
enjoying watching you. I don't think my team has the juice to win it this year. I think you've got the juice. I think there's a separation right now. I feel like in the league between you, Kevin, Will, and Heather. I think y'all are the top four teams, and you guys have the juice to get there. I don't think my team has it. So I'm going on record right now. I think Heather's my favorite to win it. You're my dark horse to win it.
Great. I love it. And I will say, Will, last week, he wasn't believing in me. He was like, I think she got there lucky last time.
I know. He was throwing
Rude.
shade. He was throwing
He
shade.
was. He was
He,
throwing shade. Anyways, I'm coming for him in the playoffs.
and so in closing, I want to give you a second to give you the floor to talk about Life of a Showgirl
Oh my God.
and
That's
how
why you asked
excited
me this
and
week.
how excited you are for this Friday. What are you
I'm pretty
expecting?
pumped.
What are you expecting out of Life of a Showgirl?
Well, me and Heather and Tori and Courtney are going to the movie.
But I'm
We
saying
don't know.
for you as
Oh,
a
for
Taylor Swift, a
personally,
Swiftie, what do you want out of this album? What would you like to see from her?
I want some bangers, some like
Okay.
high energy. It's the same guy who produced Reputation, so I need like more of that. So I'm pumped about that.
So you want more of like the pop hits.
More pop hits, high
Gotcha.
energy. That's what we're going for. I think that's what it's going to be. That's kind of what she's said. So I'm pumped about that.
That's what she's alluding to.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm excited. Some like 1989 pop hits.
Gotcha.
I'm
I would
pumped
like
about it.
that. I think her last album was cool, but it wasn't. I think Her last couple albums have not been the vibe for me. I haven't enjoyed them as much.
Yeah. Well, her last few, Midnights is actually one of my favorites. And I do really like Torture Poets Department, but Torture Poets Department, and she like says this, it's like, she's like, it's just a word dump. Like, it's just like, I just word vomited everything. And like, that's why there's, you know, 30 songs on the album. But this album, she was like, it's perfected. Like, it's only 12
Yeah,
songs. It's only this thing. So like, it's tailored to like what she wants, not just word
yeah.
vomiting,
And I
which is more of
respect,
what the other ones are.
I really do respect the fact that when you get to a certain point in the music world, you should get to do whatever you want to do. And I do like that she takes risks and does stuff that she wants to do. And she's totally
Yeah.
earned that. I think after John Mayer had a bunch of his early hits, his kind of thing was Continuum and doing the whole blues thing, and that was not mainstream, but it was what he wanted to do. And I think she's doing a lot of that, and that's great. But I think it would be cool to hear another banger album from her. And
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm hoping.
I think that's what we're gonna get. So I'm like excited about that.
Awesome.
It'll be a fun weekend jamming out.
Awesome. Well, hey, Katie, all you need is love, the heartbeat of the league, the soul of the Crossroads Fantasy Football League.
That's right.
That's right. Hey, you're looking awesome in the league. 3-1. We'll see if you move to 4-1 against Shawn. Make sure you console Gordon and give him as many hugs as possible because all Gordon needs right now is some love after
He
the
does.
ass whooping he got.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. Love you.
Okay, love ya. Bye.
Bye.
And welcome back from Mike's Magical Corner. Mike, as usual, the perfect investigative journalism that
Thank you.
money
Thank you.
cannot buy.
I appreciate it. You're right. It cannot buy that. It cannot buy those hard-hitting questions and insights. So, yeah, I think we talked about a lot of good things in the interview. You know, I think that she has some decisions to make next week with buys. She's got Green Bay Packers that are on buy, so she's got the Falcons, so she's got to figure out what she's going to do with Josh Jacobs, and she's got to figure out what she's got to do with Drake London and her defense. So, which is she's got three crucial parts. So she could be vulnerable next week. But talking about this week, she just lays the absolute smackdown on her husband, Gordo. And Gordzilla, he's more like just not Godzilla. That's not what he's like. That's what it comes down to. He's in a world of hurt, 150 points. He's trying his best to do something. But you know what? The man, Genty, finally goes off. Genty makes a name for himself. So
You know
that's something to be
you know
excited
why,
about.
right? You know why he put up points? He went back
Why?
to his old college stance during the snap. Do you see that?
I did not see that.
He started the first 3 weeks like this. And then
Yeah.
this past week, he went back to this.
Just standing up.
During the snap, he literally is just like a Michael Myers stance. He went back to that and put up 41 points. My God.
And that's the thing. Can Gordon rally from this point right now with Genty? Can he make a move? I think it's a glimmer, a little glimmer of hope for him. So yeah. So anyway, Katie balled out. Christian McCaffrey proves to be the keeper of the year so far. So good for her.
Yeah.
And like I said in the interview, I think the CRFFL is better when Katie Anderson's team is good. When she's got the twinkle in her eye, it's good. And do you have anything to say about last week saying how you kind of threw some shade at her last week, I feel like.
I didn't throw any. I didn't throw
You threw some
any
shade. You threw a
I
little bit
did
of
not
shade.
throw any shade. I have said that this season she has done absolutely fantastic, and I'm very happy for her. But I will not cover up that for a majority of last season, Christian McCaffrey went out, and she had a defeater's mentality. She got back into it. She rallied, and she made it to the finals. Good. Congrats. You drafted really well and your team's doing really well. Good. Keep that mentality. But if you get defeated, if something happens, don't let it bog down. You got a good team. There was no shade given. It was proper analysis. I didn't say anything that was out of the ordinary. I didn't say anything that was out of pocket. I just spoke the truth. And she has a good team, and she's whooping ass, which is why I said that under Heather, she's currently second. If she stays second the entire season, makes it all the way to the final, second final in a row, fantastic. I'm here rooting for her. But right now at week 4, I'm not going to mind wipe the 13 weeks we had, the 12 weeks we had of just McCaffrey's injured, my life's over, my season's over, my team is trash, yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to mind wipe that. But that was the past. We're here now. The great thing is that we can move from our past. Our past doesn't define us. And right now you're killing us. Right now you're killing it. And I mean, here's where it comes down to. This is the one thing that I will say that I gave. This is where I will say that I messed up, and I will accept it. Katie, last week I said I think it's time to start Baker Mayfield. I didn't pay attention that they were going against the Eagles, which is a very fantastic defense, and it was a wrong analysis. Jordan Love put up more points. Didn't cost you the win or the loss, so it doesn't matter that much. But I will say that's my bad. I will accept that. That was improper analysis. Baker Mayfield still got you 25 points. Solid points. You not terrible points. Christian McCaffrey killing it. Josh Jacobs is just an absolute unit. He has been putting up a consistent 16, 17 points. And then just against Dallas, a solid 38 points before the bye week. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Keenan Allen, a little bit less points. I just think the Chargers had a very bad blip week. I think Keenan Allen's still going to be great. I still think Keenan Allen's going to get you those downs. But I would not. Here's the thing. And this goes to you, Mike, and this also goes to Gordon, who has Ladd McConkey. This is the in-depth analysis just to give you a little bit of a heads up. The only thing I'm nervous about the Chargers wide receivers going forward in the next little bit is Joe Alt and Rashad Slater. Both of their tackles are out. They are now on reserve tackles. What does that mean? Well, that means that Justin Herbert is getting pressured a lot more. They do not have their elite tackles to protect them from the pass rushers of their opponent's defense. So Justin Herbert's going to be under more pressure, which could mean less time to get deeper balls out for people like Quentin Johnson. It also means pressured throws against Ladd McConkey and Keenan Allen. Does that mean I think that the wide receiving core and the whole offense is a bust? No, not at all. But that is something to keep in mind for at least for the next 6 weeks. It's going to be very bad offensive line for the Chargers. So keep that in mind. But I don't know if I would move away from them. J.K. Dobbins, I love J.K. Dobbins as a pickup. I think he's been fantastic. He's been such a perfect flex pick. And Drake London actually, he showed up big time for the first time. And I love to see it. And so I just think when it comes down to it, what do you do? Does Kenneth Walker make it into your flex options? I still think he does. I think you can do some. I still think you can do some tweaking to really solidify yourself. Not be fighting with Kevin for second place currently on the leaderboards, but really solidify being like, I'm second and I'm going for Heather. There's just a little bit of that tweaking you can do. When it comes to Gordon's side, I mean, Gordon, Genty's still a boom or bust. He was a huge boom, but he's still a boom or bust. Your tight end, I don't love, and the wide receiver core is interesting. I just don't think Deebo Samuel is consistent enough to be that wide receiver one. And Ladd McConkey has absolutely shocked me this season. He's going through a crazy sophomore slump, and I think it's because of the emergence of Quentin Johnston. So I think you might want to start moving away from Ladidi McConkey. It pains me to say that, but I think you need to move on from him. Maybe, just maybe, you have a very amazing elite wide receiver, at least a wide receiver 2 on your bench, who maybe used to be a Seahawks wide receiver and, plays for a no-name trash team like Pittsburgh or something. I don't know. I just think you need to really look into that. We can move on now.
The only thing I would say about Gordon is he wasn't going to win this week anyway.
No.
He wasn't. He doesn't. His team didn't have enough firepower to beat Katie. Like it didn't matter really what he did. Like the only solace he can take in this week is like he was catching an L either way. Didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, the best he could have gotten if he substituted Lad McConkey for DK Metcalf because he got 30 points, you'd be at 180. So it's kind of like one of those things of like Katie's team is just kind of too good. So it's like you it's more of you need to put your best team out there and pray that some unfortunate stuff happens to the opponent's team.
For sure. All right, moving on to the final matchup of the week. The closest game of the week. The boy himself, Will Howard, big old Tumnus. I don't even know how to try to read his name. Helen Patterson Melton versus back that pass up and get your ass whooped again, Shawn Melton. I mean, let's just set the stage. You're down, you come back. Shawn, Tori, they come over to the house. We're going to hang out, do a little sauna, watch a little football. Everything's looking great. The boy Tyreek is balling out. It looks like a foregone conclusion. You're catching an L, Will. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, the knee gets shredded up. Tyreek is out, and Shawn's hopes are dashed. So I feel bad for the guy, but I will also say he's over here talking about how many times y'all going to say waivers in the podcast. How many times are you going to say? So you know what, Shawn? I'm glad you caught that L. I'm glad you caught that L because you know what? You need to hit the waivers.
Wait, look.
You need to hit the waivers like you need to hit the showers, baby, because you're getting that ass tore up. Back that ass up and get that belt out and get whooped and get yourself on the waivers. Get on the waivers.
Wait, look at his bench quickly. Look at his bench. Look at his bench. Look at his bench. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see on his bench? What do you see at the bottom of his bench? It's an empty spot, Mikael.
Dun dun dun.
It's an empty spot.
An empty spot. What else do I see on the bench? Oh, 47 points from Dak.
No one expected that. Let's be honest.
We all expected it.
I didn't expect
Everybody saw it coming. I know. But I will say, after this week, he's got to start Dak. Dak looked like an MVP out there. It was crazy. I've never seen him play that good.
And they play, so they have good. They play the Jets and then Carolina the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, you got to put Dak in over Kyler, but Kyler still got, he's still balled out. B.J. Robinson. This was not a underperforming attempt from Shawn.
I think this is the most points that he's had.
This is the most points he's ever scored.
Let me see.
But the curse of the injuries. I know in Passover you got to put the blood of the lamb over the top of the threshold. The Melton's got to do something because they are taking injury losses left and right over there, dude. It is a bloodbath out here.
That's bad.
We got people falling left or right on the fantasy rosters. They better have Kevin come over and do some kind of blessing with some holy water up in this
exorcism.
It is graphic. We need to get an exorcist out here.
Yeah.
It is graphic in the Melton household. So I feel bad. It's rough, but hit up the waivers, dude. Hit up the waivers, Shawn. Maybe fill out the empty bench spot you have and stop bitching about the content we're putting out. How about that?
Now, do you have any analysis for me before we move to my side? Because
I had to get some stuff off my chest.
Oh, it's all good. Trust me. I'm the less limelight I can have from this week, the better. Because I almost came to this podcast with a paper bag over my head.
I think just like the beard that you cannot grow with the hairs in your little chinny chin, that's what you're getting by with, dude. And you are getting people's best every week. You're getting people's best.
You're getting unlucky.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I don't think, like I said, I think you're in the top 4, but you're at the bottom. I mean,
I really need to look at the flex options and the wide receiver options.
I mean, the thing that I would say about your team that a lot of other teams you can't say about is like you're making the right calls on the people you're starting.
Yeah. I mean,
you got Addison on the bench, but like that's really the only.
Well, Addison literally was about to only have like 8 points, and then he caught an 80-yard pass.
Yeah.
In the very end. So it's like, It's literally just an absolute garbage throw that he caught.
Yeah.
And he didn't even get the touchdown for it.
And I think my only thing for you is like, I think you're in that. I do feel like you're in the optimization tier
Mm-hmm.
where you need to optimize your team. I think you can maybe look to do a trade or something, but I just don't think your team has the top end horsepower that Kevin, Katie, and Heather have.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's where, I mean, you got Mahomes, you got Jamar Gibbs, like they do have it. Irving, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think your team's fine, but I think some things are going to have to happen for you in order for you to get to the champion to win the championship this year.
I
I
think
think
that's
you
fair.
can make it to the game. I think you can make it to the championship game.
Yeah.
And but I think for you to hoist the trophy, some things are going to have to happen. But
Yeah.
I don't think your team's bad. I don't think you're really in a bad spot at all. Yeah, that's kind of my take on your team.
Okay.
I think you are in the optimization tier. You're looking to optimize.
I appreciate that. Now to go to my side, because I got a little funny story about this. I was just like last week. There's a lot I want to talk about. I'll talk about this story first. First of all, I feel like I've been just getting absolutely just every single week is when my opponent's players decide to go off. You look at this past week. This is the most points Shawn has ever put up this season. And he has Justin Jefferson throw a 30 bomb on him. He has Bijan throw a 38 bomb, which I don't think is... I think he's done better. Nope, that is the most he's done this week. You have Kyler Murray throwing a 30-point bomb, which he did in week 1, but it's like he did it again. It's like... And then you go to last week. Last week I go against Tori. Jalen Hurts, 40 points. Kyron Williams, 30 points. Philadelphia Eagles, 15 points. So I'm breaking it there. You go to week 2. I'm going against you. Jamar Chase, 48 points. It's just like... And then you also had the Patriots defense, 20 points. It's like... And then week 1 against Katie. Christian McCaffrey, 32 points. Baker Mayfield, 32 points. It's just like every single week I have to brick it because my opponent's players just decide to show up. But I'm up 25 points. I wasn't terribly nervous because Patrick Mahomes wasn't playing until later that night, so I really didn't know what the actual point layout was going to look like until Patty Mahomes and Jahmyr Gibbs played, and they did very well. I get 25 points ahead. I go to a small group on Mondays with one of my friends. His name's Andrew. I tell Andrew beforehand, I'm really nervous because, I'm only up by 25 points and Tyreek Hill can do that. He has the facilities to do that. And it's against a pretty trash team, the Jets. It's going to be a high scoring game, which it was, 27-21. We do our small group. We're leaving small group. It's just before halftime. And I look at him and I go, I'm cooked, man. It's over. It's over. I'm walking through the sanctuary. I'm like, it's over, man. He's already got 17 points and it's the halftime. He only needs 8 points. It's over. When I tell you, Andrew, my friend, looks at me and says, it's not over. His leg could blow up. I get in the car. I drive home. As I'm parking, Heather texts in the group chat, that's a tough loss, Shawn. I go, what happened? He goes, and then it goes, Tyreek Hill's leg blew up. I texted him and said, thank you for that biblical proclamation. It was insane. But I really got lucky. I'm going to be honest. I can cook Shawn as much as I want to. I got lucky. JSN didn't do as well. He still got 17 points. Jacoby Myers, I'm ready to move on from. He's just not it. He did very well in the beginning. The Giants are just not it. Or sorry, the Raiders are just not it. I got very unlucky. Jalen Warren, who has been putting me up 15 points, 24 points, 19 points in the first 3 weeks with Pittsburgh as their main running back, injured at the last second. If I didn't open my fantasy 30 minutes before that London game, I would have had 0 points there. So I got very lucky that I even traded it for Juwan Jennings and got 8.4 points. But I made the right picks. Addison again. I could have picked him. if it wasn't for the 84-yard catch, he would have only gotten 10 points. So it's like 8 points to 10 points. You're talking about a little bit. But when it comes down to it, I need to be optimizing better. I need to be going to the waivers now. I need to be going to the waivers. I need to be going and looking for trades. And when it comes to you, Shawn, I mean, here's the other thing I'm going to say. I am okay with first downs points for wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. I am not okay with it with quarterbacks. I think it's an absolute disgrace that Kyler Murray, who throws 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, gets 30 points. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. And I texted you this, Mike, that if I won or if I lost, I would say it, because I think it's an absolute disgrace.
You and Shawn are in the same boat.
Patrick Mahomes puts up 4 touchdowns and only gets 2 more touchdowns than Kyler Murray and only gets 8 points more than Kyler Murray. Because Kyler Murray threw to the flats, and one of their players, Marvin Harrison, was able to run it 8 yards to get a first down. That was not on the quarterback. It's a shame. It is what it is.
That was Shawn's take last night. He was like, his point was about the scoring is that like quarterbacks can have bad games and still score good.
Kyler Murray did not have a good game. He lost to the Seahawks. He only threw for 200 yards, which is not... It's not terrible, but it's not elite. He threw 2 touchdowns, but then he threw 2 interceptions. But because he got 12 first downs, he got 12 points. Almost half of his fantasy points were from first downs. I hate it. I'm okay with running backs and wide receivers because I do think you can really play like, you can get like the Keenan Allen who could maybe get you the touchdown, but he's always useful in third down situations, want to get that first down, play. So I like that. But quarterbacks having it, I'm against it. Is what it is. We're going to move on from it. That's next season. But I needed to say my piece, and I told you that I was going to complain about it regardless if I won or lost. I texted it to you for the receipts, so don't at me.
You can put that up, put the text up on the screen.
Boom, here.
Put it up here.
I said it right before it, right in the middle of, I think it was before Tyreek got injured too.
It was.
So regardless, Shawn, I'm not going to cook you too much because I got very lucky, and I will take that. I will say that the mom username and photo is now 75% lucky, 75%, accurate. And I will take that and I will run home with it. But I'm still afraid of your team. I mean, I think Dak needs to go over Kyler. I do agree with you on that. I just don't think Kyler's that great of a quarterback. Bijan's great. I don't like your RB2. I do not like Chubb. He's just not the guy. You need to find a replacement. But you have a big oh no, because I will say that your two, besides your RB1, your wide receivers were your biggest threats. I made fun of Tyreek Hill, but Tyreek Hill put up numbers. He has the capability. Not anymore. So he's out. He's out. He's getting surgery, so he's gone. Egbuka obviously goes to the wide receiver 2 spot. Justin Jefferson with Carson Wentz and Egbuka, I think you're okay. But then
I think Carson Wentz might be an upgrade from McCarthy.
Oh, I think it's 100% an upgrade. I just don't think McCarthy is he's just not that guy right now. He's just way too inexperienced. He's way in over his head. In Michigan, Harbaugh really, it was a Harbaugh run offense that J.J. McCarthy just fit as a cog in the wheel. He is not going to be leading an offensive line. He's not going to be leading with Justin Jefferson at all in that team. Carson Wentz is great, so I'm okay with Justin Jefferson. I wasn't ready to move off on Justin Jefferson yet, and I'm definitely happy with that. Egbuka looks fantastic. I love Egbuka. I have him in my Dynasty League. He is absolutely fantastic. He moves into Hill's spot. But now it's like, okay, what do we do about the tight end? Talk to your wife. What do we do about your flex options? You have Henderson, not getting a lot of snap percentage, so it's really boom or bust. You got RJ Harvey, not getting a lot of snap percentages. Don't like that. You got Godwin Godwin's back, but then he's taken from Egbuka, so you don't want him playing. And then you have Jerry Jeudy, and I don't really like anyone coming out of the Browns except for Judkins. So it's like, I hate to be the broken clock. You need to go to the waivers. You need to look at some trades. Trade with your wife. Bet you can snatch a deal, do some extra chores or something, get one of her 2 tight ends. That's a big upgrade right there. If you would have had one of her tight ends, you're beating me no matter what happens to Tyreek Hill. Easy. Your tight end ain't it, fella. Get a new one. And then you really need to look at the running back wide receiver options as your flex options. I think you got a good, and then as well as your RB2. I think if you get a slightly better RB2, a much better tight end, and kind of fix those flex options, I don't think the Tyreek Hill injury is going to be that devastating.
Yeah, I agree.
That's where I'm at.
All right, sounds good. All right, here we go. Moving on to the closing remarks. We've had a great week 4. Looking ahead to week 5.
What is the game of the week?
Let's look at the game of the week here.
Game of the week. Dude, the games are actually kind of trash. It is what you said. It's the top. It's the split. It's me versus Gordon. It's Shawn versus Katie. It's Tori versus Kevin. It's Heather versus Joel. And then it's you versus Caleb. So it's like right now the definitive top half versus the definitive bottom half.
It is.
Which is insane. So I'm going to say that the games of the week are going to be Katie versus Shawn and Kevin versus Tori. And I'm praying for one of them to get out of that to not go to that 0-5 spot.
The game I'm looking at, the game of the week that I'm looking at is Katie versus Shawn, because Katie's got 3 crucial players on bye. She's getting hit with the buys, and Shawn is at full strength. He has full access to his roster. So can he get a win this week against the number 2 in the league?
I like that.
That would be crazy. So my eyes, importance-wise, I don't know if there's like a super important game this week. That's the game I have my eyes on, though. I'm interested to see that one.
I want to see, does the Melton Household go to 0-5 together? Or does one of them finally leave? Do I have to make, is my next meme that Shawn moves on and Tori stays at 0-5, and I make like the Lord of the Rings meme of Sam and Frodo's like, go on without me, or whatever? Like, do I do that? We'll find out. But I'm excited to see those 2 matchups.
For sure.
All right, who Mike is your winner of week 4?
I think my winner of week 4 has got to be my dude Joel. He moves to 2-2. The Broncos ball out, so from a fan perspective, he gets to see his team excel, and when his team excels, he excels. So I think my winner of the week is Joel. He moves to 2-2, which gets him into playoff contention, which is huge. So my winner of the week is Joel. Who's your winner of the week?
My winner of the week, I'm going to go with Katie, because I think the team is balling out. The synergy is synergizing. It looks good. It is a defiant win over the household, which you can hold over for the rest of the season, or at least until you guys play each other again. So that's fantastic. So you got a little bit of that, gloating that you can do. And honestly, yeah, I see upside. I see nothing but upside. You're second in the league, 3-1, and your only one loss was to me by a few points. It's looking good. I seriously think that there's only nothing but hope to really secure that 1 seed against Heather. I'd give it to Heather, but Heather went against Caleb, and right now I'm saying Caleb's a bye week, so I can't give it to Heather. So I got to give it to the second place person, Katie. Loser of the week.
Loser of the week.
My loser of the week.
You go. Yeah.
Oh, man, it's between you and Shawn. I feel bad for Shawn. I'm gonna go with you though, because your defiant loss. You were in second. You were defiantly in second, and now you're in fifth. You went from fighting for the championship to relegation fodder. Like, it's crazy how you're the lowest of the 3-1s. And I think that's absolutely crazy to see, because you have the least points scored and you have the most points against as well in the 3-1 category. So, yeah, I'm going to put you. Big drop for you. That's got to suck.
Yeah, I'm giving myself a loser of the week. It was rough. It was rough, dude. I mean, at one point, dude, I thought I was going to score like 110 points.
Yeah, if it wasn't,
I mean, if Pickens doesn't go off,
you barely break 100.
yeah, it's bad.
That's
dude, I
bad.
had a bad week. I was like looking at the scores. I mean, it was rough. It was bad. So yeah, I got to give myself loser of the week. So, all right. Well, that wraps up week 4. And you know what? I'm just really wondering as we close out, Will, what's been shivering your timbers this week?
Oh, you want to know what's been shivering my timbers, Mike? You want to know what's been chapping my ass? You know what has been buttering my biscuit hole? It's DK Metcalf, Mike. I mean, the man is otherworldly. He is not on this. It's off the Richter scale what this man is. This is like if you take an Abrams tank and you make love to it with another Abrams tank, and that Abrams tank gives birth to a sextuplet of Abrams tanks. I mean, he has the body built by Taco Bell, and it's built for tough all at the same time. He's got fly catchers for hands, and he's faster than Barry Allen himself. It makes no sense, and I'm sick and tired of it. I am sick and tired of seeing fantasy managers absolutely misprofile him and misuse him. He is a wide receiver 2, at least a flex option, especially if you're in a 2-flex league. And I see lazy fantasy managers having him ride the pine on their bench for the whole season. I just sure hope that I don't see this past week a fantasy manager decide to put him on the bench for week 4. I mean, I'll tell you what, it would be a fucking disgrace. But that's me, and that's what's really shivering my timbers this week. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that. We're glad to know what shivers your timbers. Well, that's it for the boys. Week 4 is in the book. Week 5 is coming up. Bye weeks are looming. Injuries are happening. We will see you guys out there. Don't forget to subscribe. Smash that like button.
We need 10 subscribers.
We need 10 subscribers. That's
Please.
all we need. Please like, subscribe, and share. Hey, we love y'all. CRFFL, week 5. Let's go.
Peace.
Football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football, football. Football, football.